Farm Bureau Insurance is proud to present the MHSAA on Passports. From the Pontiac Silverdome, this is the Class A championship game in the 1995 Michigan High School Athletic Association football playoffs between the Lions of South Lyon High School and the Panthers of Lapeer West High School. Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Andrews, along with Earl Robinson. And Earl, this is the Class A championship game. This is as far as they go. We've got two good teams playing here today.
Two very good teams, Mark. And of course, South Lyon is one of the dominant teams in the state. A lot of people are predicting them to win, but I'm not so sure. Lapeer West has shut out 6 of their opponents this year. But South Lyons has a great running back in Mike Watson. This guy has ran over 1,500 yards and scored 19 touchdowns.
Who can we look for from Lapeer West?
Well, on the defensive end for Lapeer West, Andy Robinson, the nose guard, number 64, he's going to have the awesome responsibility of trying to stop that devastating ground game because they love to run up the middle. So if they can do a good job and if Andy can do his job, then Lapeer West has a great chance to win.
And we'll be back with the opening kickoff in just a moment. One of your sponsors is Farm Bureau Insurance. South Lyon, they knocked off Heartland big. Look at those big wins. 47-6, 41-0, 40-0 against a tough Harrison team. Then they shut out Dearborn, who went undefeated into that game. And then they beat Pontiac Central in this score-a-thon.
I'll tell you, Mark, they are very impressive. This South Lyon team may be one of the best in the history of the state of Michigan.
Lapeer West beat Oxford. Lapeer East, they shut out Flint Kersley, then beat Saginaw and shut out Grand Rapids Forest Hills Central to make it here to the Pontiac Silverdome.
Mark, and I've talked to many of the scribes in the state, and they all believe that Lapeer West doesn't have a chance. They say they predicted against them all season long, but they just keep finding a way to win. That makes them dangerous.
There you take a look at the South Lyon Lions in their white jerseys, yellow numerals, and blue pants. Both of these teams have blue and gold for school colors. And the Lapeer West Panthers will come out in their dark blue jerseys with gold numerals and blue helmets as well.
I'll tell you, Mark, we've got two great teams who have really two strong defenses, and the defense will dictate this game. If Lapeer West defense can stop the South Lyons ground attack, then they will probably win this football game. South Lyon has only thrown the ball 26 times all year.
The referee, Mark Larson, the umpire, Norm Ward, Tim Heidemann is the linesman, the back judge, Steve Wyckoff, and Mark Coscarella. As Lapeer West comes out, and their fans are right below us, and they are up and cheering their Panthers as they come out onto the field, as you see them coming out of the tunnel at the Silverdome.
I'll tell you, this should be a great game. I really do believe that. Lapeer West, no one has given them a chance all year long. Their coach, Jeff Putnam, has just done an outstanding job with this team, and he has them ready and fired up to play today. But like we say, it's a real simple game. If they can stop South Lyons from running and their attack, they've got a beautiful balanced attack. What they have to do, Mark, is they have to throw some on first down, keep that South Lyon defense off the field, because they have South Lyons defense is excellent as well, but their offense, they throw the ball a lot and then they try to mix it in with the run. So this should be a real good test for the South Lyon D.
The one thing I wonder about early, it's just a visual thing. Both teams are blue and gold, both teams have blue pants, and whether it becomes disconcerting, both have blue helmets with gold trim, if you're out there on the field running around.
That could happen in a key situation, as a player might just miss.
Mike Shalaski, the son of the coach, to the front line. Split end is Brandon Campbell, and then, of course, the quarterback, Dan Sapinski. The running backs, Watson and Boyer. Oljinsnak and Kenyelli.
And they run the standard cowboy defense, which of course Oklahoma started back in the 50s, a 5-2-4 defense.
Kicking off is Mike Sink. He's also a wide receiver, a 5'11 senior. Will kick off for Lapeer West. Deep for South Lyon will be Brian Boyer, Greg McGuire, and Mike Watson. We're underway here at the Pontiac Silverdome. And coming right up the middle and brought down around the 13-yard line.
Brought down by number 35. And a very, very nice tackle from this Lapeer West defensive player.
Dave Bishop on the return. It'll be 1st and 10 for South Lyon. They have it at their own 13, or 18 rather.
And South Lyon going with their two tailbacks, and they have two great tailbacks. We mentioned one in the beginning, Mike Watson, but the other is Greg McGuire.
Dan Sapinski is the quarterback. They fake and go up the middle. McGuire gets the call, number 25, and he gets across the 20 to about the 22.
Picked up about 4 yards on that first play, and as I said, Mark, if they can establish this ground game and get it to running, boy, it could be a long afternoon for Lapeer West.
There's Sapinski, the quarterback. He's a senior on this team. Give to the second man through. That's number 21, Mike Watson.
And that's the quickness of the Lapeer West defense. They really close. They are going to be playing, you'll see 7 and 8 men in the box. Here we go on the replay. As you see, they're trying to run outside. That might not be a wise move for South Lyon because the Lapeer West defense really flows well to the ball.
Kenny Yelly, number 85, hit on the stop for Lapeer West. It brings up a 3rd and 8 situation. The ball is at the 20-yard line. Gives second man through once again. That's Watson, and he gets up to about the 30-yard line and gets the first down.
Got the first down, and what they will do, South Lyon, they use a lot of misdirection. They used some misdirection that time. They love to run traps and counters, and Mike Watson, the fullback and their right halfback flowed. They just basically handed a straight handoff, and he just got himself 10 yards.
I thought they might go 3 and out on that drive. Watson, Sapinski. The give is to Watson. Nice fake. He rolled right. I thought he might have had the ball.
Very good fake. This team fakes very well. Two yards on that game. But what they do, they're traps, and that's what Lapeer West is going to have to be very careful when those guards pull, staying at home, because if they go with the flow a lot, they could be fooled quite a bit in this game.
Full house backfield. Give to the second man through, and they read it perfectly. The give was to Watson, but the Lapeer West defense, as you say, Earl, just swarmed on him.
Number 90, Kim Washington, made a very strong hit. Here we go on the replay. He's a simple fake, and Washington is right there. Great penetration up the middle.
3rd and 8. The ball is at the 32.
And you see it again. What he did, he shot the gap between the center and the guard and was able to stop that play.
They use a slot, give to the second man through, number 12, and he's ripped up once again. Brian Boyer got the call, but the Lapeer West defense, led by number 66, Brian Moore, was right on top of him.
Great stop. He read the play very well. Came up, filled the hole. Here you go. You see classic counter trap. And he just comes in and fills the gap. Great play, individual play that is, by Brian Moore.
Even drew an ooh from the fans here at the Silverdome.
And we're going to see our first punt of the day. We didn't see many in that Belding Detroit Country Day game last year.
No, not at all. They were going for everything. Nice punt. Takes a bounce at the 36. The South Lyon roll. They down it at the 28, where Lapeer West will take over. 1st and 10.
And they do have a very good punter, South Lyons does, and that's Corey Sargent. And let me tell you, the South Lyon punter, Corey Sargent, averages 42 yards per punt, and he's being recruited by a lot of the big universities, man.
Kevin Gay passing 57 of 121 attempts for 844 yards, 13 touchdowns. He was intercepted 6 times. There you see the Lapeer West starting offense. It's Hack, Vaughn, Peller, Montgomery, and Montgomery up front. The tight end, Tom Metz, and Mike Sink. Kevin Gay is the quarterback. The give is to number 32. Dan Dreyer. And a surprise on the first, but a penalty flag on the play.
I tell you, Lapeer West has a lot of quick players. And here they go with the handoff, and he just takes it outside. The good sealing off at the end, on the end by the right tackle. I mean, he did a great job of blocking, and then they come up and push him out of bounds.
A holding call against Lapeer West will send it back.
Well, that hurts Lapeer West a little bit on this first play.
Mark Larson, the referee.
Ball, and I wouldn't be surprised if they throw the ball on first down in this situation.
Kevin Gay is the quarterback. He gives to the second man through. Dreyer once again. He picks up about 4 to about the 25-yard line.
They went to the well twice. The play worked so well the first time. They thought they could do it again, but this time South Lyons smelled it out. Here we go. We see basically the same play as the first. He's running wide. They got picked up 4 yards, which wasn't bad. But number 20, the defensive back, Rick Peters, came up and made the stop. Just closed quickly. He read it very well.
It's second down and 12. The ball at the 26. 8:17 left to go here in the first quarter. No score between Lapeer West and South Lyon. Gay back to pass. Fires one over the middle. Intended for number 88, Troy Cordes, incomplete.
I'll tell you, Mark, South Lyons really played that well. They played what we call a soft coverage. They backed the linebackers up into coverage, and so therefore they were very well prepared for the pass. They tried to go to the tight end, and as you can see, he was all over it. Very good defense on the South Lyon on their part.
Well, it looks like he twisted the left.
His knee.
Yeah, right there. So it had nothing really to do with the hit.
Just sort of got caught there in the carpet just a little bit.
Plus, these kids have never played on the artificial surface. So there you see Tom going over there. Okay, here we go. Big third down play, 3rd and 12. The ball at the 26.
And again, they're in a passing defense formation, South Lyons is.
Kevin Gay gives to the second man through, and nothing. He trips over one of his own players. Once again, that's number 32, Dan Dreyer.
That's a good play to call in that situation to draw, because South Lyons was expecting pass. They were playing pass defense, and as you see, he got tripped up by number 58, and that's the nose guard, the defensive tackle, Ryan Morris, tripped him up. Good play by Ryan Morris, the defensive tackle for South Lyon.
Mike Sink, number 8, back to punt for Lapeer West. And that's going to take a bounce. It's going to go out of bounds.
They shanked that one.
Where are they going to mark it at? They're going to say at the 41-yard line.
So not a...
South Lyon quickly up to the line. Sapinski. Second man through is Watson. He gets the call and crosses the 40, a pickup of about 4, depending on the mark.
And number 66, Brian Moore, just missed making the play in the backfield. Look as Brian Moore comes in, and he's right there, and he just gets an arm on him, but he squeezes through the hole and picks up a couple of yards.
2nd and 6, the ball at the 37. No score between Lapeer West and South Lyon for the Class A championship here at the Pontiac Silverdome. Sapinski goes first man through, and he gets swarmed right at the 40-yard line. The give was to Greg McGuire, the captain, one of the captains, and Cordes was right on him.
Right on him. That's their strong defensive end. As you see, he's right there. He just plain and simply beat the right tackle, got in the backfield real quick. You know, Mark, I'm a little surprised that we see Lapeer West linebackers playing so far off. I thought they would do like the teams do Barry Sanders. They would stack the line with 7 or 8 men and really try to prevent this ground game. But so far, what they're doing is working.
Yep. Here we go. 3rd and 9. The give, once again, is to number 21, Mike Watson.
And he's gone all the way. What Watson did that time, even though the play and everything was designed to go to the right, he cut it back against the grain, and there was no one there. I mean, the play flowed really well, and Lapeer West did everything they had.
Wait a minute, penalty flag on the far side. Illegal motion against South Lyon, brings it all the way back.
Oh, gee.
I looked for penalty markers, didn't see any, but then I saw the referee talking with the line judge, and it was way on the far side of the field. The yellow matches the uniforms. I didn't see it.
And it's one of those things, as we see.
Illegal motion by the offense.
Good moves by the running back,
third
Mike
down.
Watson. Great moves.
Yep.
Oh, what a break for Lapeer West.
Big break for Lapeer West on this one. They're showing the replay again. It was just a simple handoff, and they're running to the right, and he sees it was sealed off. Lapeer West did a great job. And this really is a great individual run. He faked a couple of guys out, and then he's off to the races.
Now it's 3rd and 14 instead of 3rd and 8. Once again, the call goes to Watson. And he gets hit, but once again, the penalty marker gets thrown, as you saw right in the middle of the play.
They picked up about 5 yards on this one. I think we might have possibly a holding call this time around.
Officials discussing it. Holding, you're right, Earl. Another 5-yard penalty.
The South Lyon's offensive line is having some trouble with the Lapeer West quickness because they are so quick getting off the ball. So we might see a couple of holding calls during this game because Lapeer West has a lot of great quickness on their defense.
Now he gets first man through, and they get him right there. Oh, a great defensive play by number 64, Todd Baracco.
And that's a name you're going to hear a lot this afternoon. See, that's what happens when you have a team, and here's the replay. They try to go up the gut. They tried to spread the defense out. That's what they tried to do so they could maybe catch him quickly up the gut.
Great tackle there by Todd Baracco on Greg McGuire. So it's a punting situation, and Corey Sargent is back to boot it away for South Lyon.
Now, Lapeer West will run a reverse if they get the opportunity on a punt.
Great punt by Sargent. And it goes into the end zone. So Lapeer West will get it 1st and 10 at the 20.
51-yard punt by Corey Sargent. And you can see why college coaches are salivating for this young man.
And he's a senior on this South Lyon Lions team.
And he's a great athlete as well. When he finishes his career, he will have 12 varsity letters, Mark.
He's gonna be bending over forward with all the medals on his chest.
That's right.
Here we go, Lapeer West in the dark blue jerseys, South Lyon in the white. The quarterback is number 11, Kevin Gay. Back to pass, fires one out in the flat, incomplete, intended for Mike Milliken, number 7.
And Mike Milliken is one of their leading receivers. And that's what I said, I believe, in the opening, that they will throw on first down sometime. They'll try to loosen up this South Lyon defense, which is very good. And that's what they're going to have to do. Just try to keep the defense off balance, and maybe they can have some success this afternoon.
2nd and 10, the ball at the 20. 4:55 left to go, first quarter, no score. Lapeer West, the Panthers with it right now. Gay gives to number 32, Dreyer. He crosses the 25, picks up about 7, where it'll be 2nd and 3.
Let me tell you, their offensive line opened up a great hole that time. I mean, they just pummeled them on the right side. Zach Montgomery and Jeremy Montgomery, they opened up a nice hole for Lapeer West. Here we go. Watch this beautiful blocking. 73 pulls and just clears out the way. 69. Oh, just missed. If he could have gotten 37, the defensive back, they would have really had a long gainer.
Lance Seidwald on the stop for South Lyon. Gay back to pass once again, throws complete to number 8, Mike Sink.
And Mike
Good enough
Sink,
for a first down.
He is their leading receiver, Mark. Mike Sink has caught 32 receptions for 520 yards, 16 touchdowns this year.
This game kicks off our 2nd week of high school football championship coverage here on Pass Sports. Thursday night at 7:30, you can catch the Class C finale between Morenci and Muskegon Catholic Central, followed by the Class B championship between Country Day and Muskegon Orchard View on Saturday at 5 p.m. Stay with us all week. The best of high school championship sports coverage continues here on Pass. Getting the call this time is Steve Wills their top rusher with over 1,200 yards during the regular season.
He was the first man through on that situation. They really run they run a pro set with 2 wideouts a lot of the times, and they'll run their running backs. But yeah, Steve Wills is a very strong runner. Now he's the first through right up the middle on a quick hitter. As you see, they created a very nice hole. The Lapeer West offensive line is really doing an outstanding job blocking.
2nd and 7, the ball at the 43.
They're changing the play at the line of scrimmage.
Gay calling the signals, back to pass once again, right flat, misdirected.
And you know what happened? He probably didn't hear him. The wide receiver was out so far in the change. He didn't hear. He wanted him to go out, but he didn't. He just plain and simply didn't hear it.
And he might have been wide open had he just taken a couple, because the defender
playing off
back.
Of him. Playing soft.
3rd and 7, the ball at the 43.
And again, this is another passing situation for Lapeer West. They don't mind putting the ball in the air.
While South Lyon has kept it on the ground all day. 3:08 left to go, first quarter, no score.
I don't like the defensive backs are giving them a lot of cushion.
Gay in trouble. Sacked by number 72, Jason Thomas.
They just couldn't hold off that South Lyon tough defense. This is a very strong, aggressive team up front. In passing situations, they will definitely come in, and they will also blitz a lot, their coach told me, in certain situations.
There you see Thomas going right in.
See, number 34, Steve Wills, had to make a choice on who to block that time. And as you see, when Wills comes up, he tries to hit the first man through. He sort of stopped 58, but then, of course, number 72 came in, and he made the hit, Jason Thomas.
Mike Sink on the punt. They do a fake, but it's Corey Sargent on the return. He gets to about the 40, where South Lyon takes over.
That's right. South Lions, they also like to run that fake reverse from time to time. They'll do that. Coach says they can hold up the defense sometime, just enough to give them some maneuvering room.
The quarterback is number 3, Dan Sapinski. The running backs, Watson and McGuire. And they're going to keep it on the ground again.
Running from a wingback set that time.
Watson gets the call, finds the hold, gets up to around the 50-yard line before he's swarmed under.
Gave it to Watson from the wingback, and they'll do that from time to time. They'll run from a wingback set from either left or right, and Watson came up in motion and then took it up the middle. A very well-designed play.
Josh Lloyd is 6'2", 230-pound senior on the stop. So it'll be 2nd and 2 at the 50.
Watson really knows how to pick his spots well when he's running.
Watson gets it again. He gets the first down inside the 48-yard line.
Just dives over the top. South Lyon's offensive line starting to get it rolling here, Mark. And if they can, I'll tell you, it's going to be pretty tough for that Lapeer West defense.
And plus, a lot of these kids play both ways, so that's got to tire them out if you're on defense.
Has to.
Give it to the 3rd man through. Watson once again.
Number 90 on the stop that time, and that's their big. Just lost his name here, Mark. Number 90 for Lapeer West.
Number 90 is Kemp Rasmussen, a 6'1", 195-pound junior.
And I'll tell you, South Lyon, they are now, or the Lapeer West defense is now starting to creep up and starting to play that run more. If this happens, then, look, South Lyon will look to pass.
You see the ice bag on the ankle of Tom Metz. The give is to Greg McGuire, and he's close to the first down, depending on the mark. Looks like he's got it at around the 37-yard line.
And also what happens now with Lapeer West moving up to try to stop the run, it might be easier, of course, for South Lyon to break that long run.
There you see Bob Shalosky giving some instruction to Mike Watson.
He likes to alternate his tailback, so you see Watson and McGuire alternating a lot of the time during this game.
The give is to Watson. Oh, they had that read perfectly. He picks up maybe a half yard inside the 37-yard line, but no more.
Good stop and a good penetration by the defensive line on that particular play.
Once again, it's number 88, Troy Cordes.
Troy Cordes did an excellent job. And as you can see in the replay here, he just came up and made the stop. He split between the guard and the tackle, and he was right there.
Once again, second man through is Watson. They're giving the ball to him all day, all night. He had over 1,500 yards, 1,518 to be exact, rushing.
I tell you, Nick Diamond made a great tackle because Watson might have been off for a very long gainer on that particular play. He just It is two teams who really love to run the ball quite a bit, and if both of them stick to their game plan, this game's going to be over real quick. But more importantly, Mark, we have two teams here that are great defensive teams, and that's why I believe this is going to be a low-scoring game. Turnovers the key. We haven't had any really turnovers of significance so far, but the team that turns it over could cost them.
South Lyon has it, 3rd and 6, the ball at the 33. And they're going to probably have to give it up on 4th down. Watson got the call, but Lapeer West defense was right on top of him.
Kemp Rasmussen, the defensive end, he has really been playing outstanding. You can tell this young man is pumped up. He just, again, beat the tackle and got in and made the play.
Watson shook his head going back to the huddle, almost like he can't believe that he can't get any yardage against this team.
That's right, and now they've got an interesting situation here. You have to believe that they're probably going to go for it.
And they are indeed, as Dan Sapinski brings him up to the line, the senior quarterback. There's Watson and his stats. Sapinski goes to the air for the first time, and it's caught. Depending on the mark, we'll see if he gets the first down. It looks like they turn it over.
I think they might have, depending on the mark. I thought he caught it right above the first down line. Let's watch it here on the replay. It was tipped initially by the Lapeer West player.
Nope, the referee said he comes in, he catches it right there.
Right there. Yeah, and he got pushed up ahead.
Pretty close, but the referee makes the mark. And
here's a little better angle on our replay. It was tipped by number 90, Rasmussen. Number 40 almost got it as well. And he comes in and he catches it on the 35-yard line.
The 25.
25, that is.
And that would have been good enough for the first down, but it's Lapeer West, and the South Lyon fans aren't happy.
No, I wouldn't be if I was a South Lyon fan.
1st and 10 for Lapeer West, the first break of the game. The give is to Dreyer, flag on the play. He's got some running room, but it may be a hold back here. Dreyer gets up close to the 50.
It sure looks that way, Mark. A good run. Maybe caught South Lyon off just a little bit because I'm quite sure they thought they had that first down.
Here's the referee, Mark Larson, and yes, indeed, Earl, it's a hold. That'll bring it back.
Oh, that's got to hurt Lapeer West. They had the momentum going. Now South Lyon will have a chance to regroup a little bit, and here we go. We see on this play.
There's the hold right here. On the right side.
On the right side,
line.
Yes, he sealed him off, except you can't hold when you seal him off.
Repeat first down.
Yeah, looked like it might have been 68 there, Zach Montgomery.
And that was a good run by Dan Dreyer.
So now it's 1st and 20. The ball at the 18-yard line. We've had 2 great runs nullified by holding penalties.
That's right.
One by Mike Watson, and this one by Dreyer. Gay goes back. He's in the pocket. Decides to take it himself. Fumble. But a Lapeer West player recovers at the 20-yard line, and they pick up a couple.
Very alert play. Number 73, the lineman, was able to pick that one up for Lapeer West, and that was Greg Vaughn. He's looking for a receiver. Receiver did not come clear, and so he had to run it, and he was hit from behind by number 58 for South Lyon, and 58 who stopped him was Ryan Morris, one of their very fine tackle, knocked the ball out, but a very alert play by Greg Vaughn, who was able to pick up the loose ball before it even hit the ground.
It's 2nd down and 18 now. Jay goes back, fires left side, caught by Sink, and he gets up to about the 27-yard line.
Now that's the kind of passes they're going to have to throw. Just quick down and outs, because the South Lyon defenders are playing off of the receiver, so these plays will work. As you see, they close quickly, though. If he could have kept his balance, he could have gotten 5 or 6 yards on that one, but a good play by the defensive back from South Lyon.
Gay was 1 for 4 passing for 13 yards in the first quarter. And there you see Kevin, a 6 foot, 165-pound senior here at Lapeer West. He gives to Dreyer, finds a hole, gets close to a first down to about the 35-yard line. He's still about 3 yards short.
And that was the play they had the long gain on. They came back with it on third down. Good play, good run, but just wasn't enough to get from the first down. As you see, good blocking by 73. 69 is leading him through the hole, and now they're into the backfield. But boy, oh, the nice play. Nice pop by number 37 for Lapeer West, and I'll tell you, very good play.
So it's fourth down. They're going to punt it away. Mike Sink, number 8, is deep. Back to punt for Lapeer West. Gets another nice kick away. Taken by number 25, Luke Dye, or rather, Greg McGuire. McGuire gets some running room. He's at the 30, and he could go. Touchdown for South Lyon.
And that's what South Lyon needed, a great break, because Lapeer West has been playing a great defense. And I'll tell you, a very nice punt return.
But a penalty.
But there's a flag back here at the 40.
Maybe a clip?
Might be.
Here we go. The big plays in this game have been nullified by penalties, folks. With 8:13 left to go here in the second quarter.
The officials are huddling and talking it over. And the way the players are coming back, it looks like it will be against South Lyon. Oh.
Touchdown.
Flag just dropped out of his pocket, apparently. Inadvertent flag. Great run. And I'll tell you, that makes the South Lyon coaching staff, the players, very happy. Here we see on the replay, he takes it, goes off, gets a great initial block on the side from number 77, and that's the South Lyon offensive lineman, and he's able to clear it out. He cuts it back against the grain, no one there, and he's off to the races.
Number 25, Greg McGuire with the touchdown. Here it is again.
That first initial block was the key, and then he was able to cut back and made two missed tackles by Lapeer West, and he was gone.
The try for the extra point. The kick is up and good. So with 8:13 left to go here in the second quarter, it's South Lyon 7, Lapeer West nothing. South Lyon Lions in their white jerseys and yellow numbers, in case you just tuned in. Lapeer West in the dark blue.
Special teams are so important in high school, college, the professional level. You really need the great special teams play. That just has such an effect on a football game.
Corey Sargent, number 80, will kick off for South Lyon. Deep are Mike Sink and Kenny Ellie. And it's a low kick. Picked up and taken by number 21, Andy Robinson.
We could hear the pops out there. Some good popping on that. Some really good hitting on that kickoff.
Robinson on the return gets it out to about the 39-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Lapeer West.
He just took it straight up the field, and boy, he was met by number 14 from South Lyon, one of their fine special teams players. Just made an outstanding hit.
But good momentum by Robinson. He took the South Lyon tackler and dragged him another 3 yards on the hit, after the hit.
Jason Brown also on that play.
1st and 10 for Lapeer West. The give to Dreyer, number 32. Finds a hole. He crosses the midfield stripe and gets to the 41 for a first down for Lapeer West.
I'll tell you, he can just flat out fly. Dreyer can. Look at him on the replay. He just gets it. Great blocking up front. They seal it off, and once he gets the ball, he is off to the races. Good blocking, very, very quick runner.
This kid's got he has a great future. He's only a sophomore, but he's made most of the carries for Lapeer West this afternoon.
He's come on strong at the end of the year.
The give is to Dreyer again. And he gets inside the 40 to the 39 for a pickup of 3.
what the Lapeer West offensive line is doing behind Jeremy Montgomery and Zach Montgomery. They are just, the two brothers are a great tandem, and they really do block well. They've been creating some holes, and that's why you're seeing Lapeer West run to the right quite a bit, because those the two young men on that side are really doing an outstanding job of blocking.
Dwyer has 41 yards on 6 carries so far. Just under 7 yards a carry. Gay back to pass, in trouble, rolling left, decides to keep it. Nice block, and he gets inside the 26-yard line, and a penalty marker may have happened.
Late hit out of bounds. But 84, the tight end just made an outstanding block for Lapeer West, and that was just a good block on the comeback on that particular play for Lapeer West. And I'll tell you, he just sealed him off on the sideline. The referees are talking about it now, and they'll let us know.
He was in deep trouble back around the 42, took it down to the 26.
Jim Hamilton really made a good block, and now they're going to get even an additional bonus, so a little bit of help on that particular play. And here we see this the replay, and he was going to pass, he was looking to pass, the receivers recovered. South Lyon did a great job. He takes off. Obviously the lineman does, number 72, a little bit too slow to catch up with the quick quarterback, but a tremendous block by Jim Hamilton, sprung him loose for about 10 yards.
Personal foul against the defense. First down.
And he gets about 10 more yards of help down to the, well, they mark it at the 17. First and 10 for Lapeer West. What a break.
Big break for Lapeer West, and they really need to capitalize on this situation.
South Lyon with a 7-0 lead. Lapeer West in the blue uniforms on offense. Kevin Gay gives to Dwyer, finds a hole. He could go all the way. He's in. Touchdown.
And the receiver on the play, number 7, Mike Milliken, did a great job of keeping the defensive back off and from coming in and making the stop, or else he might have gotten stopped on the 3 or 4 yard line. But Milliken just did an outstanding job of blocking. But again, as you see, they're running off the right side of the brothers. They are creating very nice holes, and the pulling guard, and he's through. And now you'll come into play. You'll see number 7 doing a great job blocking.
Yep.
And he holds him off, and he's able to squeeze into the end zone.
2 big blocks there by number 7, Mike Milliken, and number 69, James Hack. On to attempt the extra point, Jason Lihoughton. And it hits the upright, but goes through. It's good. So a 6:30 left to go here in the second quarter. The score, South Lyon 7, Lapeer West.
Gets it, and he just cuts right through the seam, and you're going to see him, and there he goes, and he's off to the races. Really, the linebackers came up too tight on that play, but as you saw, Milliken did a great job and running and getting that one in the end zone. If you just saw, the fans here are cheering and applauding. They just saw the replay of the touchdown.
The extra point, a bank shot off the left upright. Dink! But it goes through behind the right upright for a good extra point.
Hey, it counts.
Yep. Incredible game here at the Pontiac Silverdome. Stick around for this one. If you just tuned in, this is the Class A championship of the Michigan High School Football Championships. We're at the Pontiac Silverdome. I'm Mark Andrews. Earl Robinson is here, and we've got a dandy, and it's only midway through the second quarter.
And this is going to be a game that's probably will go back and forth. Both teams are able to move the ball, and that was a concern coming in because both teams have very strong defenses, but so far, both teams are moving the ball pretty good.
And kicking off will be Jason Lihoughton. It's a low bouncing kick. South Lyon player picks it up at the 30, and he gets up to the 40 before he's taken under. That's Lance Seigwald, number 37. 43 before he's brought down there.
And I think he tripped over his lineman, Justin Cormier, as he was going through the hole. And I'll tell you, I'm really impressed with this Lapeer West defense and their quickness. He comes through, and it's a tight hole, but there is a hole there, and his lineman on the ground. He tripped over Justin Cormier. He might have picked up a couple more yards.
Watson had 11 carries in the first quarter alone. The quarterback, Dan Sapinski, a senior, gives to number 25, Greg McGuire, and he gets nailed right about the line of scrimmage, the 43.
Greg McGuire was the first man through as they tried a little misdirection and was not fooled by the Lapeer West defense. Didn't fool them, as you see. Number 66 comes in and fills the hole. That's Brian Moore, their outstanding linebacker.
So it's 3rd and 8 now for South Lyon at their own 43.
Now, South Lyon has two linebackers, Mark, who are extremely quick, and they flow to the ball very well. They are reading this South Lyon offense, that is.
The give is to McGuire. They read it again. He may have picked up a yard. Number 88 in on the stop. Troy Cordes, once again, we've called his name before. He's doing a great job reading the offense of South Lyon.
He really is. He made great penetration again. He's just coming off the ball on the right side, and he's right there. I mean, he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Helping out number 5, Lee Freeland, a 6-foot senior. Now it's 4th and 8, and back to punt is Corey Sargent, number 80. Has plenty of time, puts his foot into it, and it's going to take a bounce, and it's taken. Oh, fumble! A big break for South Lyon.
I saw him standing there. I'm thinking, no, don't do it. Don't do it. But he did.
The indecision killed him. And South Lyon gets the ball at the Lapeer West 20. A big turnover.
He really regrets it. Here he goes. As you see, the ball bounces, and he never got a chance to hold it. Never grabbed it. Never had that chance. And it was one of those situations he should have ran out the way and let the ball roll down the carpet.
Once again, I think it was the indecision, because it looked like he was bailing out, and then he goes, oh, the heck with it, I'm going to go get it. And by then, he only got his fingertips on it.
Well, this is a great break for South Lyon.
Straight T formation. They go right up the middle. And on the carry, it was Mike Watson. He picked up about 3.
And they're going to try to pound it in from here. No secret about what South Lyon is going to do now, Mark. They're going to just try to take it down the field, get these another 17 yards, and get themselves a score and go ahead in this game, and maybe even eat up the rest of the clock for this second quarter.
Rick Peters bringing a play in. Greg McGuire goes out. Once again, straight full house backfield. The give is to number 39.
And there's that linebacker again
Jason
for Lapeer West. Nick Diamond just made an outstanding play. He's a 5'10", 175-pound junior, very quick. Notice him as he fills the gap. He just shoots the gap, comes in, makes a great play.
Nice tackle, too. You youngsters, look at the way he grabbed him right around the legs. Didn't have a chance.
Picture perfect.
3rd and 8, the ball at the 18 now.
And one thing we can say, we know they're going to go for it 2 more times. I mean, there's not going to be a field goal on this situation, I believe.
Lapeer West hanging tough on defense after a costly turnover. Sapinski fires one, caught inside the 5-yard line. The pass complete to number 80, Corey Sargent.
I'll tell you, that's caught Lapeer West off guard. They were expecting the run, and they made a great play on this particular situation, South Lyon did. Corey Sargent is their leading receiver, and, you know, he's only caught 4 passes in the first 10 games. And here it is again. He's wide open in the seam.
And there's Watson. He's close to the end zone. Touchdown.
He just took it over the top, dived in. 2 quick plays, and they're on the board now. South Lyon is taking the lead in this drive. But that course, again, the fumble on the punt return set the whole thing up. Here he goes, and watch him, he just dives. Maybe he was tripped a little bit, but he dives into the end zone for the score.
Number 85, Kenny Yelly tried to keep him out, couldn't do it. On to attempt the extra point is Lance Seigwald.
They blew the whistle before the play.
We'll see if they bring it back 5 yards. He kicked it far enough, that's for sure. He has the leg power. Mark Larson comes out. There we go.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment by the defense.
This and they're going for the one. The kick is up, and it is good.
I'll tell you, Mark, I bet the players wanted to go for it. You know, players love to go for it. They're probably, come on, coach, let us go for it. We can get the 2 points.
And with 2:29 left to go in the first half, the score, South Lyon 14, Lapeer West 7. Columbiaville, each game.
Just extended full out and almost got there.
There's the South Lyon bench. They have the 14-7 lead. They're pretty quiet over there.
Yeah, they look a little tighter, a little down.
4 plays, the 4-yard run by Watson.
And South Lyon, once again, they took advantage of the missed punt, and the special teams are so key in this game. And we've seen, really, that's how South Lyon has gotten their 2 scores. A punt return all the way for a touchdown. They take advantage of a fumble or a muff, as they say, from Lapeer West. Get the ball on about the 20-yard line and take it in. So 2 mistakes, 1 mistake on special team for Lapeer West. The other, they just made a great run.
Lance Sidewell, number 37, will kick off. Or will it be Corey Sargent? They've got 2 guys up. Yeah, you take it. It's Sidewell. Little bouncer. Little squib picked up at the 25. To the 30 is number 83 and brought down Joe Olejinsak.
And he bobbled it a little bit. You know, it almost came loose at that particular time, but he was able to grab it and hold on.
And so it'll be 1st and 10 for Lapeer West with 2:22 left to go at the 30.
And he takes it, tries to go up the left side, and you'll see him bobble it just a little bit there. Almost came out. He grabbed it with both hands.
The give is to Dreyer. Finds a hole. He picks up 6.
I tell you, Mark, I really like the way Dreyer runs. He runs hard. He hits the hole. He doesn't mess around at all. And the guys on the right side, they're just doing an outstanding job of blocking.
He has shown some great quickness here.
And he's just taking it off. They're being driven off the line 2 or 3 yards of the South Lyon defenders are.
2nd and 3. Gay back to pass, going deep. Almost intercepted. Number 44 on the coverage for South Lyon, Brian Harmon.
And that was meant to be a timing pattern, but he just threw it a little bit too far. Mike Milliken just couldn't get out there. He was going for all of it on this one. Good blocking.
Harmon's hitting his helmet, but he really didn't have a chance on it.
No, he did not. He overthrew him, and it was almost, as you said, almost intercepted. He almost made a nice diving catch.
Yep. So it's 3rd down now and 4. The ball at the 36. 14-7, South Lyon leading with 1:42 to go in the half. Kevin Gay, and they get the Dreyer, big hole. He's up to the 50.
I'll tell you, Mark, perfect call. The defense was spread out. The linebackers were dropped off into a passing situation, assuming they're going to pass. Now, it's a simple draw play up the middle. They're attacking from the outside. You see the linebackers coming in the picture. By then, it's too late. They've got the 1st down, and South Lyon defensive back made the tackle, made a nice tackle, but I'll tell you, a great call by Lapeer West.
A 15-yard pickup by Dan Dreyer. It's 1st and 10. As Kevin Gay gives to Dreyer again, and he gets 5 yards down to the 45.
You know, some of you might be wondering, why are they consistently running the right side? Well, let me tell you. So Lapeer West right guard and right tackle, they're brothers, Jeremy Montgomery, Zach Montgomery. They're just doing an outstanding job there. Dan Dreyer, 82 yards on 11 carries.
A minute left in the first half as Gay goes back to pass. Looking for a receiver, takes it himself, finds some running room. 40, 35, down to the 32.
And that's what happens when the quarterback puts the ball down. Again, great coverage by the South Lyon secondary, but Lance Siegwald made the tackle. The defensive back came up. Great coverage. They had all of the Lapeer West receivers in check.
Lapeer West calls a timeout. That's the first one they've used this half.
And the quarterback, he's looking for someone. He's looking, and then he pulls it down, and he just takes it up the middle and gets a very, very good game. Only 49 seconds left, so they still got about 32 yards to go.
One of the programs sponsored by the Michigan
Mark.
Gay throws it incomplete, intended for Mike Sink, number 8.
The South Lyon defensive backs, they're giving the Lapeer West receivers great respect. They're playing about 5 to 7 yards off on every single play. So they're trying to do like sometime like the way we see the Lions do. Hit the guy underneath, and then maybe he can break the long run.
So it's 2nd and 10 now with 45 seconds remaining.
And I think we'll see them pass 3 straight times. They could, though. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they try a draw play, because you have to assume South Lyon is going to be in a prevent defense.
Yep. A lot of holes right up the middle. Now they try to tighten it up as they change up a little bit. And Gay goes to the air once again. Rolls left, he's in trouble, and he gets hammered.
He couldn't get away that time. Great anticipation by South Lyon. Jason Thomas was there, one of the key players on the sack. And I'll tell you, they got good penetration on that particular. Brian James was there, and they did not let him, they sealed him off, did not let him get away that time.
Give James the credit for the sack, number 69. And now they're back at the 41-yard line. It's 3rd down and 19.
And they've taken, of course, another timeout. They've got to have a big play in this situation.
Now, there goes Gay again.
It looks like a screen. I thought the way they came in so fast, he threw it away.
Yeah. Everybody was covered. Good coverage out here in the secondary by South Lyon. Everybody was tied up.
And a very smart play by the quarterback just to get rid of it. And the defensive line, again, they came in with some very good pressure. I thought it might have been a screen, but just good pressure. And if it was, I think it was a screen. But we can see the 2 linemen out there, 3 linemen, and I don't think number 32 was in position to catch the pass, but it did look like a screen was set up.
So it's 4th down. Of course, they're going for it. 24 seconds to go here in the first half. South Lyon with a 14-7 lead on Lapeer West. Lapeer West with the ball.
I'm throwing it in the end zone. What the heck?
Go for the goal. Here's Gay, and he is. He's going deep. Knocked down. Good defensive play by number 80, Corey Sargent.
Hey, he's there all everything. And, boy, did you see Milliken close on that ball? I mean,
yep.
He would have been right there if Sargent hadn't been playing him so deep.
Nice defensive work right there by Corey Sargent.
I'll tell you, he throws it. He gives it everything he's got. He throws it deep, and Mike Milliken just runs up under the ball, and he would have been there.
Had it. Ooh.
But Corey Sargent made a great play.
So it's
and you can see from this angle.
Yep. Just knock it down.
Just knocked it down. Good safe play. 15 seconds left, and And this is on a punt return, and he just cuts it back, and he goes all the way. The first break for South Lyon in this particular game.
And the second touchdown coming right up.
And that comes after a key fumble on the punt by this is a Lapeer West touchdown.
Dan Dreyer, number 32, cuts to the right.
And this was a play that was excellently blocked, and he has great speed, and he took it into the end zone.
Dreyer, one of the spark plugs on this Lapeer West team. And this is the third touchdown.
And this came after a key fumble by Lapeer West on a punt.
Mike Watson taking it over from inside the 5, and once again our score, South Lyon 14, Lapeer West 7, and it should be a wild second half.
It should be a great second half, Mark. The game for South Lyon.
And South Lyon will kick off to start the second half. Lance Seidwald puts his foot into it. Another squibber right down the middle of the field. Picked up by number 85 for Lapeer West. That's Kenny Yelly, and he goes down around the 23.
Mark, that would have been almost like a punt. If he could have just gotten by that first guy, the whole middle of the field was open. Everyone had penetrated, trying to capitalize on the slight muff. And if he could have just broken that first guy, he might have scored a touchdown.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Lapeer West. They've played very well so far. And they're only down by 7, 14-7.
Played very well so far in the first half.
The ball at the 23. Kevin Gay is the quarterback. He gives to Dreyer. And what a first half that young man had as he picks up 9 here.
Picking up right where he left off, running over the right side, running between the 2 tackles, and another very strong run. I don't know what the South Lyon defense can do to stop this, Mark, but they're going to have to find a way.
Dan Dreyer had 82 yards in the first half on 11 carries. Averaging 7.5, his longest run 19 yards. It's second and a long one. Kevin Gay has enjoyed giving the ball to Dreyer, and why not? He does it again. He has the first down, crossing the 35.
And we should mention also, tight end Tom Mintz, number 89, has been doing a fine job blocking. But you see, here we go, and 84 is now at tight end, and that's Craig Mullen. And they're just doing a great job blocking on the right side, creating holes for Dreyer to run through.
Steve Vernier, number 99, in on the stop for South Lyon.
And that's the key, getting a good push off the offensive line, and the young men on the right side, they really are.
There you see the young sophomore back up to 94 yards now. As Kevin Gay calls the signals. Gives to Dreyer, they had it read.
They read it this time. Number 58 for South Lyon broke through. That's Ryan Morris, the defensive tackle, made the play. Coming from the weak side, he was able to shoot the gap. Finally, they found a way to stop this play. And as you see, you'll see Ryan, he comes in, Morris comes in from the weak side slightly, shot the gap, and was able to stop this play. It's been working all day, but I bet you Lapeer West will come back because this is their bread and butter play, and it is working.
2nd and 13 now. Dreyer, the second back on the far right of your screen. Gay goes to the air, goes to the left side, and incomplete. The pass was intended for Mike Sink, number 8.
And he just dropped it. It went off his hands. Again, as we've been saying all game long, they're giving a lot of cushion to the receivers. Sink just drives off 5 yards. It's a down and out. He's looking for the ball, and it goes through his hand. It's a little low, but it was a catchable ball.
This telecast is a copyrighted production of the Michigan High School Athletic Association and Pass Sports. No reproduction of the pictures or accounts of this game may take place without the express written permission of Pass. Here's the gift to Dreyer. Oh, they nailed him again. Right at the 32-yard line. Coming up to make the stop was number 9, Brandon Campbell.
And I'll tell you, they're starting to read this play. What they're doing on defense, they're starting overloading a little bit to the right, and the defensive back is coming up quickly to fill the hole. Before they were playing back. Now you're going to see the defensive back, good blocking out front, a good push off the ball, but the defensive back comes up and fills the hole, fills the gap, and makes the play.
So it's 4th down now. And back to punt is Mike Sink. And he gets a nice kick away. Taken at the 33. And
Good
they get him
punt.
quickly. Number 80, Corey Sargent on the return. Quarterback Dan Sapinski, a senior. They go with a full house backfield. A little miscommunication at the line, and Sapinski takes it himself and picks up 4.
Oh, he was lucky on that play. A mix-up in the backfield, apparently. He goes to handoff first to the first man through, but the two backs, 21 and number 12, got confused a little bit on which way to go, and he was able to still pick up 4 yards. So it's still a bad play, turned out to be a good play.
Not bad at all when you can pick up 5. And there you see him getting across the 40-yard line. They mark it at the 42, 2nd and 5. The give is to number 21, Watson. He does not get close to the first down. He's down around the 44. Still about 3 yards short.
He grabbed him around the ankles. That was number 25 for Lapeer West. He just grabbed him around the ankles. That was Luke Dye and just held on. What they're doing, though, as well, you see the replay. Watch, he's running around, he's coming around the left end, and Dye is on the ground, and he just holds on and he doesn't let him go. But Lapeer West linebackers are playing off the ball, but they are closing very fast. That's why they're having such success against the South Lions.
Greg McGuire and Watson are in the backfield. The give is to Watson. He goes right side, trips over his own player's leg. He gets close to the first down, but he's still about a half-yard short.
And Brian Moore might have just got him by a tad. We'll see here on the replay. He's running hard. Moore is shooting the gap, and, well, nope, he missed him. He did. He tripped over his own players. You got that one right there, Mark, right on the money. I thought Moore might have got a piece of it.
So it'll be 4th and 1. And the ball is at the 46.
And we know they're going to go for it. Now they're going to get a measurement. They want to know exactly how far it is for this first down.
Looks like they're about a good yard short at this point.
And their quarterback, I should mention, Kevin Gay, he is an outstanding baseball player as well. They just have some fine all-around athletes on the Lapeer, on the South Lyon team.
Yeah, it's a pretty legitimate yard. 7:24 left to go, third quarter. South Lyon with a 14-7 lead. And, of course, they are going to go for it. A stop here would be real big for Lapeer West.
Well, I made a mistake. This is Dan Sapinski, but when we get back to Lapeer West, their quarterback, Kevin Gay, has really done a great job. But this Dan Sapinski has done an outstanding job for South Lions this afternoon. This is a strong running team. Boy, this would do such for Lapeer West's confidence if they can stop them in this situation.
Okay, here we go. It's 4th and 1. Quarterback keeper. Doesn't look like he got it. They'll have to wait for the mark. The one official on the near side, this gentleman right there, looks like he may. That looks like they've got it now. With the mark of the ball, yes, the referee, Mark Larson, points ahead. First down, and the Lapeer West fans aren't happy with the mark. Here it is again.
He did. He got a good initial push off the ball, and then they sort of pushed him back. But he got a pretty good push up front.
And so it'll be 1st and 10 for South Lyon at the 47. They have a 7-point lead. Full house backfield. The give is to Watson. Watson gets across the 45, 40. He could go, but he's dragged down by number 5, Lee Freeland, a 6-foot senior.
A touchdown saving tackle because he was on his way to the races for this one. Mike Watson, a great run. He just a great individual effort. He goes off right tackle. You're going to see a number of missed hits on this one. There's the first one. Kenny Yell missed. And then a second missed tackle. And here he goes. He's almost in the clear, and Freeland just comes up and saves the touchdown.
He might have pulled on his shoelaces there. Watson, now this time it's McGuire. Greg McGuire gets a nice block, stays on his feet and goes out. inside the 15 at the 11.
You have to like the Lions running back. He just picked his way down the sideline. He followed his blocking extremely well. This is a very well blocked play, basically the same side. He's coming outside, good push on the outside, and he just takes it outside. He saw the opening, and he made a very nice game.
And it's 1st and 10 at the 11. South Lyon with a 14-7 lead.
South Lyon linebackers have been playing very well, and they're sort of doing a little bit of misdirection to sort of slow them up a little bit, or slow the Lapeer West linebackers up.
Sapinski gives to McGuire, goes up the middle. He gets down to the 10 for a pickup of 1, where it'll be 2nd down.
Now that's the play they're having a little difficult moving the ball in some cases for South Lyon. The Lapeer West defense gets a lot of good penetration, a lot of good push initially on 1st downs, but if they go out to the outside like they have been, they've been having a lot of success there, slowing these linebackers up with just a little slight misdirection.
2nd and 9. The give is to Watson. They ring him up inside the 10, about the 8, where it'll bring up 3rd down and about 6 or 7.
Maybe they went to the well a little bit too often. Same play that's been having a lot of success, but the defense sniffed it out. They come up, everyone flows, and they're there.
3 Lapeer West players were over on that side of the line. There you see Watson's stats so far.
And he's starting to come on. He's starting to get some good yardage on the ground.
5 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. South Lyon with a 14-7 lead, starting to knock on the door once again. 3rd down play. The give is to Watson, and they stop him right at the 10-yard line. He loses one, and it's going to be 4th down.
Linebackers Brian Moore, Nick Diamond, again coming up quickly, filling the gap on that one, making the stop, and we'll probably see a field goal in this situation.
Yeah, they have the ball in fabulous field position right in the middle.
And they have an excellent field goal kicker.
Right, number 37, Lance Seidwald on. And he will attempt.
He's 1 for 1 from the year.
Here's his chance for his 2nd, and his kick is up, and no good. And the give is to Dreyer, runs the left side. Oh, they caught him quickly. Number 77 in on the stop. Dan Bargowski
caught him from behind. He would have been gone.
Dreyer took to the left side for the first time today.
I mean, there was a huge hole there, and he really made a tremendous stop. He probably could have gained a good 20 yards on that play.
And Dreyer is coming out now.
The left side probably saying, hey, we want some action here. You haven't ran that way, and they wanted to show that they could do some good blocking on their side of the ball as well.
No gain, 2nd and 10, 3:45 to go in the 3rd. Kevin Gay goes right back in the pocket. Fires it right down the middle of the field, complete to Sink at the 40-yard line. Great pass there to Sink.
And Mark, you called it perfectly in the first half. They are leaving the middle wide open, passing over the middle. It is open. He just caught him in the seam. Beautiful route. And he's going back, and good protection by the offensive line. And they just waited for him to clear out, and Mike Sink caught it in the middle. Their leading receiver, and hey, this is what they're going to have to do to win this game. They're going to have to loosen up this defense a little bit.
And here it is from up top.
You can see the defensive backs playing very, very deep, and so there's always going to be a nice cushion of their 10 to 15 yards.
Dreyer is back in the game now. They give to the first man through, number 34. That's Steve Wills.
And he's been their leading rusher for the year, but watching the way Dreyer's been running, this young man's very impressive.
Wills has gotten a lot of rest.
He has, and he probably wants to play. He said, hey, this is our final high school game, coach.
Let me in. And he's a senior, too. But it's 2nd down and 6 now, the ball at the 44.
And again, they're giving the receivers a lot of cushion.
2 wideouts. And Gay goes back and he's sacked.
Number 77, Dan Bargowski, shoots the gap and able to make the play. He's risen his game to another level in this half, Mark. He's really playing well. He's made some key plays thus far in the second half.
A lot of skull and crossbones across the front of that helmet for great defensive play all season long.
See what happened, the guards pulled to block. They tried to give him a little misdirection even though it was a passing play. 73, 69, both pulled. He just comes straight in, basically untouched, and makes the play.
So it's 3rd down and 14 now. Gay goes right to the pocket. Has time. Fires one. Over to number 89. That's Tom Metz, but he's hit right about the 40-yard line for a pickup of 4 where it'll be 4th down.
Tom Metz was the safety valve on that particular play. The receivers all running nice deep routes, covered well by South Lyon, and they thought they could get it to Metz, and maybe he could get it underneath because, as we said, they leave a lot of room, but the tight end just couldn't get away that time. Metz still hurting from that first quarter injury. You can see he's sort of limping off the field.
Mike Sink is back to punt. And another nice kick. Takes a bounce at the 27 and goes out at the 20. And that's where South Lyon takes over, 80 yards away. Goes under center. He gives to McGuire on the far side.
On the counter and on the counter trap. But again, the Lapeer West linebackers moving so quickly was able to hold them to a short gain. A 4-yard gain, a good gain. But on a play like that, you really like to try to break it for 9 or 10.
I stand corrected. That was Brian Boyer. He does such a great job of faking.
Great job of faking. Just missed by the first tackler, and good blocking, though. And then he's come in and he's tripped up. But I'll tell you, that's a play you really love to get 9 or 10 yards if you can.
2nd and 6, the ball at the 24. Full house backfield. The give is to Mike Watson. Watson tries to turn the corner, and he gets hit and piled up right about the 28-yard line, close to the 1st down. He needs to get almost to the 30 to make it official, but it's going to bring up 3rd and less than 1.
And this is going to end the 3rd quarter. Boy, this game is going fast.
And that's the end of I'm Mark Andrews, along with
3rd down and a yard to go.
2 backs. Now they move it to a 3rd. The give is to Watson, and he's not going to make it.
Ran into the back of his own alignment, and the way Lapeer West plays, they're close. But now the key question, do you try for this on 4th down deep in your own territory, or do you punt it away?
Well, it looks like they're going for broke here.
Yes, it does, boy. This is
well,
oh, no.
Wait a minute. Here's a change, and now
he thought better of it.
Yeah, Dan Sapinski said, well, let's maybe kick it away.
Yeah, we don't want to give it to him on the 28 just in case something happens.
And so Corey Sargent, who's averaged 43.7 yards a punt and booted a 51 earlier today, goes back for South Lyon.
A lot of players in the NFL wish they could punt that good.
The deep man is Mike Sink, number 8.
Tremendous
punt. One. And they down it at the 26-yard line. Fabulous punt there by Corey Sargent.
He's got big-time potential as a punter.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 26 for the Lapeer West.
Do with it.
Dreyer and Wills are in the backfield. Sink is the wideout on the near side. The give is to Dreyer. He spins around at the 28 and he gets piled up there. He picks up maybe a yard, 2 at the most.
Good stick by Lance Siegwald. He's been playing very well. The hole was there initially, but then it closed very, very quickly. As you see, Lance came up, made the stop, and he had some help also from Steve Vernier.
There he is, spinning around.
Made a nice spin move. Might have gotten him another yard, but the South Lyon defense really playing well. I mean, both teams are just playing outstanding defense, and maybe we're overemphasizing that, but this has really been a great defensive game.
2nd and 8, the ball at the 28. Gay on the reverse. Fumble recovered by Mike Milliken, and they lose some big-time yardage.
Yes, they do. It was set up well, but I don't think it was going to work. The defense got good penetration initially. As we can see, when he hands off, he was fumbled it, but number 69 was right there, Brian James, and he probably would have made the stop anyway. As you can see, Brian James coming off in good position. Even if he had gotten the handoff, it still would have been a big loss.
3rd down and 18 now. The ball is at the 18.
And Mark, now is the time for one of those passes over the middle of the field.
As Kevin Gay calls the signals, and he gives to Dreyer. And Dreyer gets piled on around the 23-yard line.
As we've seen sometimes the draw play works in that situation, and sometimes it doesn't. But in that situation, they tried the draw play, only picked up a few yards, and now they're going to have to punt the ball to South Lyon. And if South Lyon can do like they ordinarily and really like to do, push the ball down the field. If they can get 3 or 4 first downs, Mark, they can take this the clock down to maybe 3 minutes left in the game if they can get 3 or 4 first downs out of this situation.
Mike Sink back to punt for Lapeer West, and it takes a nice bounce at the 40. A redirection almost hits the Lapeer West player, and going down on it was number 34, Steve Wills.
And then you better get out of the way. He was a little bit too close.
It almost clipped his leg there. So it'll be 1st and 10 for South Lyon at the 35 now.
Remember, young players, when a ball is bouncing around on the field like this, run the other way. Don't get close to it. That almost hit his leg, and then Lapeer West would have recovered. So remember, young players, when you're on specialty teams, get away from the ball when it's bouncing around on the field.
Here's a Brickland. That's McGuire going right up the middle and gets up to about the 49 for a pickup of 14.
Now, Lapeer West defense has been playing well all evening long this afternoon. Now we could see that maybe they're starting to wear down a little bit, Mark. They've played great all along. This team punishes you, scores a lot of points in the 4th quarter. They've scored South Lyon 67 points in the 4th quarter.
And it's 1st and 10 for South Lyon, the ball at the 48-yard line. The give was to number 25, Greg McGuire. And did he take a couple pops there? He's slowed getting up at the 47-yard line.
Troy Cordes with a good hit. Maybe I spoke prematurely about maybe the Lapeer West defense getting a little tired. All 3 guys came in there. You're not going anywhere, pal. We're still in this game. As you see, both linebackers were right in.
A loss of 1. It's 2nd and 11. The give is to Watson around the right side. He picks up about 6 of the 47 of Lapeer West.
Number 40, Nick Diamond, we've called his name out quite a bit this afternoon. Their linebackers, Lapeer West, are just doing an outstanding job of reading the plays and filling the gaps. He takes it on the outside. They've had a lot of success running this way. And as you can see, he just met by the linebacker, but nice gain for Mike Watson.
3rd and 5, the ball at the 47. And the give is to Watson again. He gets the first down, crossing the 40, down to the 38-yard line.
Watson, as they say, found the seam in the play. The hole opens up, and there is always a natural seam that a runner can find. And if he can find it and just sort of run the crease, he can make a nice gain. And we'll see he'll come back. It's a little misdirection. Again, that always freezes the linebackers. He finds the seam in the defense, and he's tripped up, but a nice gain, enough for the first down. And Watson's got 95 yards on 24 carries.
And the give is to Watson again.
And he's approaching that 100-yard mark. And I'll tell you, that first down was key, because now they'll take it down to at least 4 minutes in this situation, this possession alone.
And 6:18, the clock running. The ball at the 38. It's 2nd and 9, a pickup of 1. Clock control, very important to South Lyon. Now they lead by 7. The give was to Watson again. He goes right up the middle. takes it down to the 32, and time continues to march on.
Lapeer West really needs to hold them in this situation. We're under 6 minutes, heading down to 5 minutes. Here's the replay. Simple handoff up the middle. Nice play, very well blocked, and the linebackers again making the play. What Lapeer West wants to do, they need a defensive lineman to make the initial stop now. The linebackers have been playing well. It was a very nice hole. They need to stop right here, Mark.
The Lapeer West fans up yelling encouragement to their team. The give this time is to Watson. Flag goes down. Maybe a face mask.
And it's in the defensive backfield for more than likely, or on the offensive backfield, more than likely a penalty against South Lyon.
A hold now. Ooh,
yes.
That hurt.
And I believe Lapeer West would be wise to take it this week. Might be able to pick it up. I think we can pick it up in this situation. Yes, right there, number 60 being 66.
By the offense, 3rd down.
So they'll repeat the down, but the ball comes off. The give is to Watson. Finds a hole, but he gets stacked up at the 40-yard line.
Number 88, Troy Curtis with the stop again, but again, they're down under the 5-minute mark, and Mike Watson is hurt.
There you see Watson injured on the far side of the field. He gets off. So it's 4th and 10 now for South Lyon. Big play. Well, are they going to punt it away? You figure, well, with the clock running, 4:40, you still have time. Get your punting team, put it deep.
Yes.
Then they've got to go 80 yards in about 3.5 minutes to do something.
And the way Corey Sargent punts the ball, I wouldn't be surprised if he puts it in the end zone. But if he can get a coffin kick it to the corner, they might have to drive 90, 95 yards.
And now probably a delayed game call against South Lyon. So that'll push them back 5 yards. Gets a gorgeous kick away. Look at that. It takes a bounce at the 5 and goes in the end zone. Ooh, but the South Lyon players tried desperately to keep it inside the 5.
Good idea. Good idea by South Lyon, taking the 5-yard penalty, giving him a few more yards, but it's still it went in the end zone. And now they've got to drive 80 yards, and that's the key, Mark. Can they do it?
They have 4 minutes and 8 seconds to do so, as Earl said, to go the 80 yards.
And at this point in the game, in all honesty, Mark, if they don't do it, I believe the game is over, because once South Lyon gets the ball back, you know, they may only have to get 1 first down.
That's right. And they've been able to churn out the yards so far, that's for sure. Kevin Gay is the quarterback. He gives it to Dreyer. Dreyer had a hole, and he reversed his field and was nailed at the 20. Maybe a sophomore mistake.
Had a hole there, yes. He slowed up, and I think he panicked a little bit on that first initial hit he felt from the South Lyon player.
Here it is again.
The pulling guard's number 73, 69, doing a great job. He hit that first initial hit. Well, it sort of spun him around a little bit. Spun him around and spun him right into the South Lyon defensive players. And 42, and made a nice hit. Rob Talby made the play.
Picks up a yard on the play. 3:30 left to go. Gay back to pass, fires it deep for Sink. He's got it. And he goes out of bounds at the 38, and that stops the clock.
Good play. He was able to freeze the linebackers, freeze the linemen with the faking the handoff, and that sort of, you'll notice the number 77 went with the running back. He thought he had the play, snuffed it out, good fake, and then of course that freezes the defender as well. And as you can see, number 20 played off of him. He also assumed that it was going to be a run. And Mike Sink just cleared out, running path, and that's what they've got to do now, move the ball and probably try to get it out of bounds if they can.
And Sink was smart to go out of bounds. 3:23 to go. The give is to Dreyer, right side. He tried to go across the green, gets to about the 43-yard line. The clock continues to run. Kevin Gay comes over and gets a play from Jeff Putnam at the sideline.
He picks up about 4 yards on this one. Good blocking to the outside, but they field well. The South Lyon is starting to figure this out. He cuts back, picks up about 4 yards.
We're under 3 minutes now. There's Dan Dreyer, crosses the century mark. Here we go, the ball at the 43. South Lyon with a 14-7 lead. He goes deep for Milliken. He's got it at the 20, and he goes down at the 16-yard line.
Great tackle by number 20 for South Lyon.
Whoa, Mike Milliken with a great catch, too.
Great catch, great stop. That was a touchdown. Great protection by the offensive line. The play just really worked well.
And Lapeer West now has the momentum going.
And he beat Rick Peters deep. He just throws it with all he's got and just beat him, and he was off to the races. Peters not quite close, but he was able to pick him up. He stumbled just slightly, which gave Peters a chance.
A fumble at the line. Gay takes it himself. He goes down at the 16. A bad snap, and Gay was in trouble. He comes over to the sideline, gets a play from Jeff Putnam. The clock continues to roll with 2:05 to go.
Slipped out of his hands, Mark, but he was able to recover. But, of course, that messed up the play a little bit, and he was able to run and still got a couple of yards out of it.
2 minutes to go. They have the ball at the 15. 2nd and 9. Both teams have all their timeouts. Gay back in the pocket. Fires over the middle for Sink. Oh, knocked down. He looks for the flag. There is no flag.
Great play by number 44 for South Lyon. He just went up in the air, stopped the play. That was Brian Harmon. Watch this play. A tremendous defensive effort. The ball right there on the money. He does come over the back a little bit, but the ball is in the air, and technically it's a free ball when it's in the air. Real close to pass interference, but Harmon really did an outstanding job of knocking this one away.
Here we go now, 3rd down. South Lyon with a 14-7 lead on Lapeer West. Lapeer West with the ball at the 15-yard line. Gay fires it over to Milliken. He's got it at the 6. He's close. He might have a first down.
I think he does, Mark. As we said all day long, the South Lyon defender's been playing off on the receivers. He just tossed it out there and let him run for the first down. Simple play. Just throw it out into the flat. Milliken's all alone, but there was enough of a cushion for him to get the first down.
The measurement for the first down now as they bring the chains all the way across the field.
And maybe he didn't. Looking at this, I don't know, maybe he didn't get a good spot there, or it might have had a decent spot. It's going to be awfully close. As we can see on the replay, he took it up.
Yes, he does have it. First down. By the length of the football.
I'll tell you, I didn't even need my binoculars that time.
Wait a minute, you were questioning it. 1:34 to go. Lapeer West wanted to call a timeout. They thought they'd have to burn one, but they got to play while they were making the measurement. So they got a break there with that measurement. So here we go. 1st and goal for Lapeer West. They trail by a touchdown and an extra point. The give is to Dreyer.
He's in.
Touchdown.
Listen to those Lapeer West fans. Now they've got to make the extra point.
Do you go for 2?
No. But then again, if you're a riverboat gambler, and here's the replay. He hands it off. Good blocking. They seal off the outside. He gets around the corner, which is the key, and he goes into the end zone. No, they're going to tie this game up, and then they're going to hopefully hold South Lyon, and we're going to go into overtime, possibly.
Jason Lahoden, the sophomore kicker.
Now, if I'm South Lyon, I'm sending the kitchen sink. I'm sending the stove, the refrigerator. I'm trying to block this one.
Here it is. And the kick is up, and it is good. We've got a tie ball game with 1:21 left to go in the 4th quarter. It's Lapeer West 14, South Lyon 14.
And as you said, Mark, we thought they were going to go down and out, but hey, they drove 80 yards, and this capped it off. 6-yard run by Dan Dreyer. He gets around the outside, uses his speed, and just gets in the end zone.
We will go to overtime if we're tied at the end of regulation. Here's Dan Dreyer again. This kid's been a spark plug all day.
All day long. Well-blocked play, and as we've seen all day long, they have been running that right side of their offensive line, the left side of the South Lyon defense.
There you see the Lapeer West scoring drive, 80 yards in 8 plays, capped off by the 6-yard run by Dan Dreyer.
And did it in only 2 minutes and 47 seconds. That's amazing.
And number 28, Jason Lahoughton, getting set to kick it off for Lapeer West with 1:21 left to go here in the 4th quarter. And they squib it. We didn't expect this, but look at this. It's loose on the field. And they whistle it quickly dead. And it'll be South Lyon's ball at about the 32-yard line. Going back to pass to Sapinski, and incomplete. He was out of bounds.
Oh, great play.
They would have gained. Was out of bounds.
They would have gained about 20 yards. They tried to pass on first down, caught the Lapeer West defense by surprise, and here we go. He catches out. Yep.
Yep.
A little bit too far out of bounds there.
Yeah, and the referee, look at the official, is right there. I see that.
But that's what happens when you don't pass the ball a lot. I mean, they've only thrown 26 passes all year, so a lot of times maybe the receivers are just a little bit out of sync.
2nd and 10, the give is to Watson, and he gets hit at the 25, 35.
If I'm Lapeer West, I'm calling a timeout. I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of just trying to play for an overtime.
Kemp Rasmussen, number 90, in on the stop. Here it is again.
They do the misdirection. But again, he feels the whole number very, very quickly for Lapeer West. Number 90, Kemp Rasmussen, as you said. Mark has been having a fine game.
3rd down, 8, the ball at the 35. The give this time is to McGuire. And he gets up to the 39, still short of the 1st down. And it'll bring up 4th down with 21 seconds to go.
Tripped up by Luke Dye.
Lapeer West smartly calls timeout. And that's only their 1st time out.
I would have used one on the other play.
I may have also.
Good open field tackle by Luke Dye. That could have gotten South Lyons a 1st down.
Ball 20 seconds. But they're not sending anybody back. They're anticipating the fake.
Well, they're going for the block.
But Sargent's going up, and he kicks it. And it bounces around. This may use up all the time. And they're going to let it go. Now the referee calls it dead at the 10 with 6 seconds remaining.
I think the Lapeer West coach said, hey, we don't want to get close to this. We don't want to take a chance on turning this over, giving them a chance to kick a field goal here in the last few seconds. So we'll just let them punt it, and we'll take it over. I assume what Lapeer West will do now, just kneel, and we'll have us an overtime.
Exactly, because why chance it? Lapeer West has the momentum at this point. They scored last. But that's going to do it. That's going to do it for regulation. We're back. You're expecting 4 plays, a little rest on the side. Now you've got to get it out on the field and try to hustle it back.
Good point, Mark, and that could happen because Lapeer West does like to throw the ball, and they do like to throw the ball on 1st down.
I'm Mark Andrews along with Earl Robinson, and here we go. As Lapeer West marches out, number 7, Mike Milliken, made a great catch in the clutch.
And now
helps set up the score.
And South Lyon's defense, they cannot afford to give these receivers as much cushion as they did during the regulation part of this game.
Dreyer and Wills are the running backs. Milliken and Sink the wideouts. Kevin Gay is the quarterback. He goes to Sink and gets down to the 1 on the first play.
You called it, Mark. You were dead on the money. Just a little slant in because, again, the receivers are getting so much cushion from the defensive backs. It's just a simple little square in. He goes out, and you can see he just cuts in front of the defensive back. He makes a nice tackle. Almost got in for the touchdown. He's one-on-one. They're isolating what Lapeer West is doing. They're splitting their receivers so wide out, it forces the corners into one-on-one situations.
Rick Peters on the stop. So it's their second play, and they're at the 1. Gay, quarterback sneak. He's in. Touchdown. All right. Now it goes all the way down to the other end of the field.
And South Lyon will have their opportunity to tie this game up. But we shouldn't assume automatically that this extra point is made.
That's true, too.
Good push. He just follows the center and the guard straight into the end zone. Oh, just a great job by the interior of the Lapeer West offensive line. You can see them just pushing back the interior of South Lyon, and getting the quarterback gets a chance to get in. Kevin Gay just sneaks in the end zone.
Nick Bontrager to hold. Lahoughton is the kick. It's up. It's good. Now the pressure is on South Lyon.
And what did
first down for South Lyon. Now the referee says Lapeer West wants a timeout. So that has to ice the South Lyon players a little bit.
They were ready to go.
You know, I might have waited until they got into formation.
Yeah.
Then call the timeout nice, because you see what their read is. Then you go out there, and who knows?
Exactly. I mean, that would have been a very good move for Lapeer West. But maybe, you know, sometimes young kids, they're probably a little bit nervous in this situation, you know. Haven't been in overtime. First time, they don't know the state history that there hasn't been an overtime since '82, but they have to be nervous in a situation like this.
Whether you're getting iced or not, you have to be just, I mean, I'm getting nervous myself. My palms are getting sweaty. There you see one of the assistant coaches going up into the huddle, telling them that they look cool and calm.
They do.
They don't look nervous on the outside, but you got to.
West hit hard by number 5.
Lee Freeland makes the stop, and they lose 2.
Watch as Freeland, he just comes up from the outside. Boom. Read the play perfectly. We can't say enough about how well the Lapeer West linebackers have played this game.
They've been everywhere. Here they go. It's their second down play. And he goes to the air. They got it. Touchdown.
They don't pass often, but when they do, they have been successful. That was Brandon Campbell, the split end, catching the touchdown pass.
Well, the momentum shifts again.
And they will play it safe. I don't think we're going to see anybody taking a chance for a two-pointer in this situation. There's the replay. And again, he's going out. He runs basically what we call a flag pattern. He's running to the flag, not to the deep part of the end zone, but to the closest part of the end zone.
Lance sideballed on to attempt. And it's good. I wasn't sure whether it was going to get through the uprights there for a minute.
I didn't either. And 85 almost had the block for Lapeer West. He came in from the outside. Kenny Yale, you can see Kenny Yale coming in. He goes up, and he just misses it.
Almost had it. Here it is from the end zone.
And
oh, my, number 90 almost got his hand in there, too.
Kip Rasmussen almost got it. And now we see it all over again.
So we're tied at 21. The points add up. In the overtime, now Lapeer West goes on offense. There's Jeff Putnam, the coach of the Panthers. And they get the ball at the 10 with 4 cracks.
And Jeff wants to talk to the officials about something.
They get some timeouts in the overtime now, as South Lyon has 5 remaining. Lapeer West has 3.
Maybe that's what he's discussing, the timeouts that he has left. Maybe he thinks he has one more.
But whatever they're discussing,
he likes it.
You have an option here? I thought he yelled defense, let's go. They're going to force them to score twice in a row?
Okay, I guess they do have the option.
That may have been what he was asking. Do I have the option to play offense or defense? Since it's my ball, they're saying, okay, crack it in again on us.
That's right. That's what they're doing. He's showing a lot of confidence in his defense because they've stopped him on the ground.
Yep.
And they were not expecting that pass.
And once again, it's the psychological ploy. Putnam has been great. First, he called the timeout on their first possession. Now he spins them around and throws them back on offense. And they weren't ready to probably call out their 4 plays.
Exactly.
And if nothing else, they may have to burn a timeout just so they can get their act back together again. But if I have 5 remaining, if I'm South Lyon, I may call a timeout and burn one to figure out what we're going to do in the next 4.
I would, because there's only less than a minute left in overtime. And now they've run the clock down to 0. Okay, so I guess the time really doesn't matter now. Here we go.
South Lyon has the ball. If they score, they win. And number 20 is the ball carrier, Rick Peters. First time he's carried today.
And again, Lapeer West backing them up. They're doing an outstanding job against the run. Here you can see the linebackers coming in, 66. Brian Diamond just filling the gap for Lapeer West, or Brian Moore, that is.
Now it's second down, the ball at the 9. We're tied at 21. They give us to Watson. He gets it down to the 7, maybe the 6, if he's lucky.
Boy, this is a tough call. I mean, we can say they do have 2 plays to make it. But on 3rd and 6, do you throw in this situation, Mark? You see on the replay, they're wrapping it up. Lapeer West has done a great job all day long of stopping the run.
You look at him try to push it through to the 6. Referee said, well, that looks real good, but slide it back a little bit, buddy.
Great camera work.
Okay, here we go. 3rd down now. They're going to the air. Incomplete.
Good play, ran to the flag. He was open. He threw it over the defender. He just couldn't reach it. Corey Sargent almost came up with the play. As you see, he's isolated out on the defensive back. He runs it to the outside, going to the flag, leaps up.
Good
defensive play.
Luke Dye, number 25.
Just got a hand on it. Just got a hand on it. Luke Dye. Oh, tremendous play.
Okay, 4th down. The ball is at the 7. Here we go. It's a quarterback keeper. They don't get it. They don't get it. Lapeer West takes over at the 10.
Great job by Jeff Putnam, as you said, Mark, switching it up on South Lyon, making them go for it when they really weren't ready and prepared psychologically to get the ball and try to score.
Plus, that gave his offense 4 plays on the side to design, and now they go in with ultimate confidence. If I'm South Lyon, I call a timeout once they get in formation to ice them a little bit, but still, they've had the time to think about it. Plus, they have the momentum of the stop.
Exactly. They've got 5 timeouts. South Lyon might as well use one. Wait till they get information, see what they're going to do, call the timeout, and talk it over.
Okay, here we go. Lapeer West has 4 cracks to get it in.
Oh, they're going to try a field goal.
They're
not going to mess around.
That's a heck of a gamble. Now South Lyon calls timeout to ice the kicker, Jason Lahoden. But now they may not kick.
That's right.
They may not kick. We've seen it all so far in this overtime as Jeff Putnam comes out to talk to his players. The kicking tee remains out at the 22-yard line for a field goal attempt. That's a long way out.
It is.
That's a 27-yard kick.
And Jason Lahoden has only kicked 3 of 7 field goals this year.
But exactly what now Bob Shalosky goes, I don't know what they're going to do. You've got to be ready for everything, so it's up to you to decide exactly what you want to do.
Because this could indeed be a fake off of the field goal try.
Could be. Take it down. Going for a field goal.
27-yarder.
Nick Bontrager to hold. Lahoden to kick. It's up.
It's good.
It's over. Lapeer West is the Class A champion with a 27-yard field goal by Jason Lahoden. And some of the players are lying on the field. They can't believe it.
A big upset. Lapeer West was not favored to win this game. They were anywhere from a 7 to a 20-point underdog. Everyone has not, at least a lot of the people who cover high school football in the media did not give them a chance, and they came through. Great job by Jeff Putnam and the Lapeer West team.
And we'll be back with the celebration in just a moment. One of your sponsors is Farm Bureau Insurance. Jason Lahoden.
27-yard field goal. They didn't waste any time. Went for it on the first play.
And they go to double OT to win it. And they are your champions in Class A. Only the second time that we've gone to overtime to decide a state Class A championship game. Our coverage of the 1995 MHSAA football finals continues here on Passports Thursday night at 7:30 with the Class C finale between Morenci and Muskegon Catholic Central. Join Rick Berkey and Rob Rubik Friday as the best in high school championship sports coverage continues here on Pass. Your Class A champion is Lapeer West, a 24-21 winner over South Lyon. And now for Earl Robinson, I'm Mark Andrews, and for TCI Cable, so long, everybody.